So those topics are a really interesting concept to build applications. With that, I would like to invite Davide Bedin from BEDIN Shop Systems in Italy, who will show you how he's using topics in a real production system.
Okay. So good morning, everyone. My name is Davide Bedin. I'm the CTO of BEDIN Shop Systems. And for the next few minutes, I will talk about how we use service bus topics in aKite. So aKite is a point of sale and an in-store software as a service designed entirely for the Windows Azure platform. The aKite retail web services in the cloud save and analyze data while connecting the stores with the retailer headquarters and with any external web service. The two smart clients, Post.net for front store operations and Shop.net for backstore tasks, work disconnected and cooperate in a peer-to-peer way. Therefore, no server is needed in the store, as it is a single point of failure and one of the most underutilized pieces of hardware. And this represents a big chance for retailers to reduce energy consumption. aKite removes all the complexity from the store, making life simpler for retailers, also from an economic point of view, as there are no investments, just an all-inclusive per seat per store fee. And aKite has been live on Windows Azure with paying customers since the worldwide launch of the platform in February 2010. So the aKite Smart Client relies on a local embedded database to work disconnected and as a cache. Therefore, synchronization between these clients and the web service is one of the most important scenarios in aKite. And we decided it was the right place to introduce service bus topics, as it could have the greatest impact. This is how the refreshed architecture works. So here we have a backstore client running in the headquarters, sending a request to the web services. The update is performed on the tenant database, and events are recorded in the event store. The client then receives a response back. In the meanwhile, the synchronization worker role is looking for new events to process. It finds the just recorded ones and composes the information gathered from the tenant database in a way it can be consumed by other clients and place it in Azure storage. At this point, the synchronization worker role is ready to send messages to the service bus topics to notify the events. Each one of the aKite Smart Client has its own subscription to the synchronization topic, and each subscription has a set of rules that ensure each client receives only the notification it is interested to. So here in this example, the aKite Smart Client in a store received notification that new updates are available and cooperate together in order to have just one of them to get the updates from Azure storage and then make it available to other clients over the faster local network. So now it is time for a short demo, and I will show you how a retailer can perform a price update across a chain of store so we can experience the synchronization scenario in real time. I'm going to work on a chain of store we use for demonstration that is running together with many other real tenants in the production environment of aKite. So here we have a lot of things on screen. I have 3 different stores, each one with the Post.net client, the front store, active. And let's check the price of the Coke Light, for example, here in Los Angeles. So here we have the New York City store. And in New York City and in Los Angeles store, I customized the surface to place product for rapid selection. I didn't do the same in the London store, so I had to browse product category to get the same product. So now it is time to go back to the backstore client, Shop.net, running in the headquarters. And here I'm going to perform 2 updates. I'm going to do a price increase on the sale prices for the US price list, and this change will apply to the US stores only. And secondly, I will change the description of a product, and the expectation of this change, as I'm going to change the English description, is that it will apply to each one of the stores that I show you. So quickly, I will change the sale prices, and I would like you to note that the Coke Light has the same price we just saw in Los Angeles. And even more quickly, I will change the description of this product, so making the classic Coke the new Coke. So synchronization in a small chain of store is simple, but having many chains of moderate complexity, or maybe synchronization already started, or having a chain with a large number of stores and several clients in each store do represent a challenge to the synchronization of events. Okay, let's keep synchronization happening. So aKite assists the retailer in preparing information well in advance. For example, sale prices can be updated but activated on a later date. Nevertheless, wanted updates are sent to and received by every client in the same and shortest period of time. And situations may arise in which you need to react quickly, even if you have hundreds of clients to update all at once. So if we take a look here, we should see that if you manage to see the different messages popping up in the virtual machines and the host machine, the updates that has been received by different clients are different. So the London store just received one update because we changed the description, and London store is not interested in the price list for the valid in the US. So the classic Coke became the new Coke. While in Los Angeles and New York City, they received the price update, so Coke Light now increased. And we also can see that the classic Coke became new Coke here too. So this scenario can be approached even in a more classic way. And that means having potentially a good number of clients pulling a web service for updates. The downside of this approach is that it consumes the resources of your Azure application, while Service Bus is technically far more efficient than this and can relieve your application from this job. So the change we applied to this scenario really simplified the architecture. As we do not have to intensively pull a web service for updates, we heavily reduced the load on web roles as well as on SQL Azure. We saved about 60% of the web service calls. And what is really interesting from a strategic point of view is that the whole synchronization scenario is now supported by the platform. That means Windows, Azure, and Service Bus. And as a result of this change, the aKite Retail Web Service can now focus only on the business relevant functions. So in the end, aKite is now able to scale even better than before. So the BEDIN Shop Systems, the company that makes aKite, is based in Cornuda, a small town in the northeast of Italy, halfway between Venice and the Dolomites. This is a picture of our town and where our office is located. Okay, so I wanted to show you this picture at the end, not to reinforce the idea that every corner of Italy is nice, which obviously I think it is, but to show how Windows Azure lets you create and run a multi-tenant, multinational service application from wherever you are. And what is really important to us about Service Bus is that it brings client applications close to you as the developer in a way that was not really possible before. So that's all for my part of the presentation. Thank you for your attention, and thank you to my team.
Good job. We went live last week, and they're live on Service Bus already. So that's great. So David has been one of our TAP partners in the TAP program and has given us great input for the scenario and to improve those things. So we've been listening to customers like BEDIN Shop Systems. We've been listening to the community.